Well, there is major news on NAFTA. The U.S.-Canada trade talks broke off today, the deadline set by President Trump, with no deal being reached. Now, U.S. trade officials say Trump has notified Congress that he plans to proceed with a trade agreement with Mexico, with or without Canada, in 90 days. The statement also says talks would continue next Wednesday. Now, our Foreign Affairs Minister said this a short time ago in Washington.
We're continuing to work very hard, and we are making progress. We're not there yet. This is a very complex agreement, and we are going to continue working at it. As we've said from the outset, our objective in these talks is to update and modernize NAFTA in a way that is good for Canadians, good for Americans, and good for Mexicans. We know that a win-win-win agreement is within reach, and that's what we're working towards. With goodwill and flexibility on all sides, I know we can get there. But as certainly the Canadians here have heard me say before, I'm paid in Canadian dollars. And my job is to ensure that this agreement works for Canadian workers, Canadian families, and Canadian business. The Government of Canada will not sign an agreement unless it's good for Canada and good for Canadians.
Now, explosive comments from Trump detonated over the talks. In leaked, apparently off-the-record comments made to a news agency, Trump is reported to have said any deal with Canada would be, quote, totally on our terms. Trump tweeted about his remarks being disclosed, but then said, at least Canada knows where I stand. And earlier today in Oshawa, Prime Minister Trudeau was asked about any Canadian concessions in the key areas of agriculture and dairy subsidies.
I'm not going to negotiate in public, but I can say that over the past number of days, we've had some very positive conversations on a broad range of issues, and we have been very clear about where our red lines are. We've been very clear about where we think there's room for give and take. This is something that we take seriously as a renegotiation. We understand how this works. We've remained good faith about it. We've remained constructive and reasonable, and we will continue to do that.
And throughout the day, there were few signs either side had budged on key positions at the NAFTA table.